everyone. Welcome to the October 9th meeting of the Board of School Directors. The first item on our work session agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance by Bywood Elementary School students.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The second item on our work session agenda is a presentation of the Student of the Month by Senator Mcgarrigal.
Kindergarten Center, Leah Bradford. Please stand and be recognized. Aronimink Elementary School, Wyatt D. Danielle. Bywood Elementary School, Sloan Reed. Charles Kelly Elementary School, Gabrielle Young. Garford Sophia Leposki. Highland Park, Jace Mackay Wilson. Great. Hillcrest Harmony Culp. Primus Elementary School, Damian Wodarski. Sanko Elementary School, Charlize Ganges. Stonehurst Hills Elementary School, Idrissa Diallo. Westbrook Park Elementary School, Hannah Nguyen. Beverly Hills Middle School, Camilla Green. Drexel Hill Middle School, Charlotte Wismer. Upper Darby High School, Justin DePrimio. Okay, I just want to say thank you to Senator Mcgarrigal and to these students. Again, please, one more round of applause. Thank you for these applicant students.
Okay, the third item on our work session is a presentation by the Gardening Club by Principal Timothy McAtee at Bywood Elementary School.
Can't believe you all came out to hear me talk tonight. Thank you so much. Good evening, Acting Superintendent McGarry, President Mitchell, members of the school board, students, staff, and community members. So before I begin tonight, a very necessary congratulations to all of our Students of the Month for this October board meeting. Wonderful job. All of them deserve a round of applause. Especially, I always like to plug our Bywood students, but Donovan, who is now a Beverly Hills student, and his sister Sloan, who's our Student of the Month, for doing the Pledge of Allegiance. So thank you so much. Congratulations. While I see a lot of familiar faces out here tonight, if I've not had the chance to meet you, my name is Timothy McAtee, and I'm proud to stand here as the principal of Bywood Elementary School. What I'd like to do tonight is just offer you a little glimpse into the different things that we do in our building. So last year we did not do the October presentation, which is pretty early in the year. We were able to focus right around Valentine's Day. We did a great piece. Mr. Taylor, who does an unbelievable job, focused on the thing that students love about Bywood, that parents love, and we did a really nice piece. This year, we were thinking to ourselves, what could we do differently? What is it that really makes us stand out and different? For those of you who have not been down at Bywood, so we have a back playground that is, it's a lot. It has some play areas and certain sides. We have some staff that have dedicated a lot of time to the beautification of this project. So while this is a project we're going to focus on right now, this is something that's actually been in the works for years. So what you're going to see, and I know that Jason does a really nice job in highlighting the entire process of this. I know that my lead teacher, Dorothy Cirillo, cannot be here, but for those of you who know her, or if you don't get a chance to, She works at Bywood for students, and that's her care. She works with many people who I see up here now. If you get a chance, she's the driving force behind this and so many of the child-based decisions at Bywood. This was something that she's spent the last couple years trying to find the way to make it happen. And this video hopefully does justice to the hard work that she's done to make everything happen at Bywood. So please enjoy.
Gardening club is one of the outdoor clubs
And just a way to help your community look prettier and more cleaner.
A few years back, some of the teachers came to me with the idea of helping to organize our playgrounds so that it was more interactive for the students.
We didn't like the way the playground looked. It was really bare. Even though it's blacktop, we wanted to look nice for the kids.
Dorothy Cirillo is our lead teacher, has been here for over 30 years. And she comes to myself, she's come to former principals with things that she wants to do.
I want the kids to really enjoy and really have fun out here. So we just came up with ideas for sectioning off the playground.
Design and plan so that each area was color-coded and numbered. She had this map with the measurements of each section and what color she wanted it. They're great ideas, and to be able to see it through, it took a long time.
We kept on trying to get it funded and couldn't figure out how. So what we finally did was write a grant, a Lowe's grant, got $5,000 for it.
There was other funds in there that allowed us to have plants and planters and soil and other items. You know, one, to beautify the land, and then two, to have the students invested in what we do in the building.
By doing raised flower beds with plants, it would be something that they could take care of and really enjoy. We had a dump truck full of dirt delivered.
We had like a large amount of dirt that was dropped off for all the planters. And we were working at it, and we had a couple kids towards the end of the year, this was a few years back, said, can I help?
My son was shoveling, so I had him working with the kids, how to plant, how to dig. That was during their recess time. And then the kids wanted to do more, which is how the 5th grade gardening club started.
When I looked at the 5th graders, I looked up and I saw that they really wanted to be there, and I wanted to be there too.
I could easily have 4th and 5th and even 3rd grade doing it, but we kept it to just 5th.
It's so funny to see the 4th graders like, can I do that next year?
I looked at the 5th graders doing so much work and how so much work can create such a beautiful scenery.
We would always go up to them and be like, what is this, what is this? And they would always tell us that we'll find out in 5th grade. And I was like, that's a long time from now, even though it was just a year later.
I joined gardening club because I think it was like so much fun to be outdoor and spend your time with your friends.
Me and my friends thought it was pretty cool. Maybe we could have more time to spend the time together after school.
They don't want people to go home and feel bored.
There's not a lot of things that they have to do after school, so this is something that they really enjoyed.
It's a really good in-depth experience in the sciences and flowers and nature and things that our students should have a complete experience with.
First, we put our backpack somewhere, and then we go get the equipment.
We first started to pull weeds, to clear out all the weeds so we can place new seeds.
We have to put flowers in and bulbs so it can grow in the spring.
We use these things where you put it inside the ground, you twist it, and then you pull it out, and then you add a seed, and then you put the dirt back in, and then just make sure it's flat.
They're learning how to get along with each other. They're learning how to work together as a team. They're learning responsibility as far as taking care of things. It's also a big sense of pride.
I'm hoping people could appreciate what we have done for the whole school.
I learned that it's nice to help your community and give back to your community. And I basically learned how to garden now, so in front of my porch, I can baby garden if my mom buys me tools.
I'm really looking forward to being in gardening club this year.
Thank you guys so much for the time, and please come down to check out our gardens.
Awesome. Love to garden, and I'm sure the kids are learning valuable life skills and doing a great job making their school beautiful. So thank you for that innovative idea. The next item the last item on our work session agenda is a Making a Difference presentation by Principal Mark Comfort from Westbrook Park.
Tim, clearly everyone's here to see me. Good evening, school board members, Dr. Mcgarrigal, fellow administrators, staff, and community members. My name is Mark Comfort, and I have the extreme pleasure of working at Westbrook Park Elementary School as the principal. Westbrook Park is a K-5 elementary school. that has students from the Westbrook Park section of the township and students from Clifton Heights. We also enjoy the pleasure of including students from the Multi-Disabled Support Program K through 5 and students in 4th and 5th grade from Autistic Support. This diverse group blends well together and creates a perfect Westbrook Park family. This family takes the job of being a student seriously and is always ready to take on the day. Our scholars participate in the Young Authors Writing Competition and Reading Olympics and the 24 Math Competition. In addition to working hard on learning, our school works hard to support others. Every year, our students and staff run food drives and help the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society by participating in Pennies for Patients. Last year, we raised above $2,000 to help fight blood cancers. Tonight, Westbrook Park is celebrating one of our staff members that has touched the lives of many students, former and current, as well as the lives of many staff members. Miss Margie Bates, our school social worker, is an integral part of our school. I must say that I did lie to Miss Bates, which is not the best idea, while putting together this honor. Our hope was that we would surprise Miss Bates, and I believe that we have accomplished this. At the elementary level, there are not assistant principals. What some of us do have, though, is a lead teacher and a social worker. This becomes our building leadership team. I would like to acknowledge Miss Bates, who is a tremendous asset to Westbrook Park. Professionally, there's no one that I trust more while talking about students' needs and assessing a situation or student. Personally, I appreciate the intellect and thoughtfulness that Miss Bates gives to me, our staff, and most importantly, our students. I hope you enjoy learning about Westbrook Park's Making a Difference staff member, Miss Margie Bates.
I'm Margie Bates. I'm the social worker here at Westbrook Park Elementary School.
Every aspect that you would want of a social worker and of somebody working in the school, Margie has.
I decided to become a social worker when I was in college. I took an intro to social work class and I just thought it was really a nice fit with my personality.
She has the personality for it. She's very calm and laid back. When she has people that, that are in her face or kids that are struggling, she keeps her cool the whole time.
Everything could be falling down around her and she always has a smile. And the question is, are you okay?
So it was just kind of a nice fit for me, and the more classes I took, the more I realized this is really what I'm meant to do.
Margie started in the New Venture program, which used to be attached to Upper Darby High School.
I started with Upper Darby in 1999, and I've been here at Westbrook Park for 11 years.
I didn't think getting a new social worker, when our old one retired, I didn't think getting a new one was going to be an easy thing. But Margie fit right in.
I really had to kind of shift my thinking.
Elementary is completely different than a lot of other things. Some of the kids can't communicate what's wrong, so you have to do a little bit of digging to figure it out.
Before they can sit down and do math, we really need to check in and say, "You okay today?" I really had to get creative in how I was reaching some of the kids. I really had to work on building relationships with parents, because that's really how you best serve young kids.
She has worked in the district and worked at the school for such a long period of time that she knows families, and families know to trust her.
If a child comes in kindergarten, I get to work with them maybe all the way up till 5th grade. And then when they have siblings come in, I get to know their siblings, and it's just, it's nice to have those connections with people. Kids are best served when their families are doing well. So the more that we can kind of help support families, the more we're helping kids. We've done some nice fundraising activities.
Every fall and every spring, we do food collections.
Turkey baskets at Thanksgiving and Christmas time.
Our families are fantastic sending in food, and then she puts together baskets to go home to families that need them at the holiday seasons.
It's a ton of work, and I want to say we give out over 50 baskets to 50 families in our school.
We also did a massive food drive when the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
We did a Super Bowl food drive, which was outstanding, and we wanted to reach 1,000 items.
Mr. Comfort said that the kids could earn a pep rally if we collected over 1,000 cans, and we collected almost double that.
She then helps take all of that, sort it, get it ready, and anything that's left over we then donate to the Upper Darby Food Bank.
And it just was a really nice kind of school spirit, Eagles spirit, like we were all kind of working together. So it's just really fun to be a part of that.
She organizes things like backpacks and back to school supplies for our kids.
So anything that was left over or that we have extras of, we'll give to kids that haven't had a chance to either get them or won't be able to.
Somebody needs something, we scrounge things together and get that family what they need, no matter what it is.
I know the families are very appreciative, and she usually gets a pretty good turnout. She'll call the families and contact them ahead of time and let them know we have things coming home for you for the holidays.
These families and kids are dealing with really difficult situations, and I certainly don't have all the answers or know every resource in the community.
She might be talking to outside agencies that help us, provide help for our kids.
She has to stay up to date with the services that are in Delaware County and working with them.
It used to be just the odd child here or there that needed assistance, but the change in clientele, the change in the world, more and more students need help.
She had to be more adaptable to be able to go into the classrooms, to go out to the community.
Things that are going on in the outside world absolutely affect our students. We have students whose parents are incarcerated. We have families that are struggling to keep housing.
She deals with real issues. She deals with real lives. She deals with sometimes life and death situations.
Sadly, we have multiple kids in the building who have lost a really close loved one.
I feel like there's at least one child, if not two per grade, that have dealt with a loss in their immediate family. Someone that's been there every day and all of a sudden they're not there anymore.
A lot of times people say, oh, they're resilient, they'll be fine. It's not that way.
There's lots of research that says that kids benefit from one supportive, positive relationship, and lots of people go above and beyond really every day to help our kids, and it's nice to be a part of that.
I mean, we have kids coming from some very difficult situations, and she lets them know, it's okay, I got you. We're going to get through this together, and they know she's there for them.
Miss Bates, if you'd please stand up.
Thank you, Ms. Bates, for the amazing work that you're doing with our students, and for all of you who are here who work with our students. Thank you for all the work that you are doing. We appreciate it. Now we're going to have the report of our student representatives.
Okay, so buildings of report, Upper Darby High School. So I'm going to talk about the LGBTQ concerns that were announced at the last meeting. So following the comments of a concerned community member at the September meeting, Sarah and I interviewed members of our GSA, that's our Gay Straight Alliance Club. When asked about the treatment of the LGBTQ community within the school, the students responded honestly, informing us on what they believe needs to be changed. What they emphasized most throughout the interview is the importance of names and gender pronouns within the trans community. The students explained that when a teacher uses the wrong name or pronouns, they not only disregard the individual's wishes to go by a different name, but they also create an environment in which other students think that it's okay to use the wrong name when referring to their classmates. In order for this to stop happening, the GSA members propose that teachers become more aware and, more importantly, to develop an increased respect towards members of the LGBTQ community, emphasizing that you don't need to understand it, you just need to respect it. Finally, the two GSA members wanted to inform everyone that should any teacher, staff member, or student wish to learn more about the LGBTQ community, GSA meetings are held weekly and are open for anyone, whether they are a member of the community or not, to attend.
Additionally, we would like to highlight the incredible start to the school year that we have had here at the high school. Our back to school night 2 weeks ago was a major success with parents and students all coming out. A majority of the extracurriculars here at Upper Darby are in full swing. The curriculum intensity on our classes has heightened, and our school spirit is at an all-time high. Just a few examples include the Stay Woke's incredible voluntary discussions about the socio-political issues of our generation, National English Honor Society's diligent work in the writing lab, Royal Scholars in their effort to tutor at Bradford Elementary School, and every other group that is doing incredible things. Moreover, we would like to emphasize the school spirit that was displayed here at Upper Darby during Friday's pep rally, which showcased some of Upper Darby's most talented students. This includes all fall student athletes, the marching band, and the UD dance team. Lastly, we would like to extend a warm welcome to all the new freshmen and their families that are new to the high school community.
Thank you, Zoe and Sarah. Thank you for going and meeting with the Gay Straight Alliance and for bringing that information back to the administration and the school board. We really appreciate it. Thank you for your walking us to where we need to sit at the pep rally. That was great. I had a great time. So thank you. Next, we have the report of the superintendent, Dr. Mcgarrigal.
Just want to say to Tim and to Mark, thank you. Great job for the work you do in the schools. And to Margie and to Dorothy, who's not here, great job as well. I really appreciate your efforts. Sure. Good evening, Board President Mitchell, members of the board, administration, teachers, staff, students, parents, and members of the Upper Darby School District. During the month of September, I had the opportunity to reintroduce myself to members of the Upper Darby School District community during morning and evening meet and greet sessions at each school. I reviewed several district projects that included our facility study, 5-year equity plan, curriculum improvements, and our grant writing efforts, particularly in the areas of safety and security improvements. Several common themes emerged from the conversations I had with families from each school: bullying and student conduct, communication concerns related to school safety, and a desire to see our school infrastructure and facilities improve. I appreciate the many central office administrators who joined me during these sessions, as well as the support from the school board. What we all gathered from these meet and greets was that our current system of relying on school board meetings and committee meetings to engage our community and the public does not seem to be hitting the mark. These face-to-face forums allow the district the opportunity to dispel recent information about the online threats to our high school, the concerns related to the athletic fields in Clifton Heights, and the district's overall facilities plan. As an administration, we will continue to look into forms of communication that will better inform our community members so that they can become more engaged in our schools. I will be meeting with all home and school presidents throughout the school year in order to continue to communicate key topics and areas of focus for the district in hopes that the information will trickle down to each school community. Our first meeting is October 16th at 6:30 p.m. As we continue to work on pushing out and receiving information from the public, I want to highlight 2 new recent articles and a special community event that point out just how inclusive and special this school district is. In recent news, the Delco Times noted a parent's joy in sending her child to middle school here in the Upper Darby School District after struggling to feel included in another neighborhood school community. I share this not to celebrate the struggles of another community, but to point out that our community is special. This was especially evident last month when Dr. Council and I attended Upper Darby Township's International Festival. It was an awesome opportunity. A member of the librarian community on his radio show interviewed Dr. Council and me. By the way, Dr. Council loves that stuff. It's like he was all about putting the headphones on and being out and about. And he asked us how this was possible. How is it possible that this community and district brings so many people together from so many different backgrounds and beliefs? As the acting superintendent, I wanted to find something poignant and noteworthy to say. But the reality is, this is just who we are. We embrace culture. We celebrate our diversity. Then, just this past weekend, I read a Philadelphia Inquirer article on the recent appointment of a Supreme Court judge. The article was written by a reporter who grew up in the Upper Darby School District, who shared her experience as it relates to her understanding of students growing up in private schools. Her article and her experience highlighted what is so special about this community. This community and our schools are filled with good people who are hardworking and deserve all that they earn. Our community represents the real world. I went back and forth with the manager of media services, Dana Spino, about this article, and we both agreed that these 2 recent articles are messages about the essence of Upper Darby School District that have also been captured through the initial research of the branding campaign. In December, we will be providing an update to the board and the public on this campaign. Speaking of good, hardworking people, I'd like to recognize some of the wonderful students and staff members of this great district. Last month, I received a call that we had a marching band ready to head to competition, but no buses at the high school to take them. Due to a clerical error, the bus garage was not aware of the Saturday competition, but at a moment's notice, Amy Moskowitz, Transportation Operations Assistant, was able to pull together 4 drivers on a Saturday morning to transport our students, which is a big deal, by the way. 4 drivers at 9:30 on a Saturday morning. Yep. I'd like to thank and show my appreciation to Amy and our drivers, Aliko Nadini, Tim Halili, Julie Laurie, and Brandon Diggs for caring about our students and going above and beyond the call of duty. Could you please come on up? Come on. Last month at a meeting, a parent grabbed the microphone and tried to thank me, but with all due respect, Dana and Joe McGilvery and all of you made this happen. I just made a few phone calls, so you're the reason why we're celebrating our kids got to work that. So you're the folks who made it happen. Similar to the efforts with our transportation department, we had a situation in September that involved PICO and caused there to be no power at Beverly Hills Middle School over a weekend. Without a bit of hesitation, our assistant manager of facilities gave up his weekend to be present at Beverly Hills to provide assistance to PICO and to communicate updates to our administration. While he's not here today, please give me a round of applause for Tim Leaf. Again, it's important to point out, Joe McGilvery works with Tim. Many of us have worked with Tim over the years here. Unbelievable unsung hero in the school district, just a superstar. And Joe, thanks for acknowledging him, and we'll recognize him tonight, so thank you. Our students are also doing incredible things. Each year, middle school students have the opportunity to participate in the Philadelphia Young Playwrights Monologue Festival through the guidance of their 8th grade English teachers. This year, we had winners selected from Beverly Hills and Drexel Hill to have their monologues performed at the festival. Congratulations, and you can come on up, to the following current UDHS students for their winning 8th grade entries: Shane Kennedy, Sebastian Mostic, Sarah Salih, and Malik Perry Fulford. I also want to say the teachers that are here, teachers help make this happen, so let's give it up for our teachers. And finally, we were thrilled to have one of our seniors named as a National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. This is an incredible accomplishment for someone who works hard and earns this recognition. If you're here, congratulations. Come on up, John Ribnick. Not here, Kel? No, okay. You can sit down. Good for it. Last month, members of the board and central office were fortunate enough to meet with Representatives Davidson and Santora, as well as Senator Mcgarrigal. We met with our local state leaders to review our facility needs and plan. We shared the district's overall review of current facilities, capacity constraints, and opportunities to alleviate current constraints. Overall, the conversation focused on the financial reality this district faces in addressing our infrastructural needs. We all agreed that placing an additional financial burden on our local taxpayers could not be the answer. We will, however, be providing an update on our facilities plan in October. Last week, I met with the students from Upper Darby High School and will continue to do so on a frequent basis throughout this year. I thoroughly enjoy meeting with our students and discussing such topics as facilities, safety and security, armed security, academic needs, and the climate and culture of our school community. Very real, very in-depth conversations that we're having. I'm also meeting with groups of students who have struggled to engage in learning. Ms. Simone and I will be meeting with students on a weekly basis to hear what obstacles they feel are getting in the way of their success here in our district. I asked these students to complete a short homework assignment for me. I asked them to write me 2 paragraphs. 1, what do you want to be when you grow up? And second, what obstacles or barriers do you see as preventing you from achieving your future? Board President Mitchell and members of the school board, this concludes my report for this evening.